too small, I got big dreams.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Pun Fun, where we have fun with the puns. My name is Ryan and we're going to check out Marvel Studios' What If. If you haven't yet seen Marvel Studios' What If, it's because it's coming out next week. And if you've already seen it, well, thank you for checking out this episode. This here is the all you need to know before the show. So we did this previously for Loki, and we actually had a lot of fans come out to us and say, hey, the all you need to know before the show actually helped them going through the motions with Loki. So understanding, the universe, the TVA, they didn't seem so overwhelmed with all the information going in. They were able to enjoy it, be more relaxed. And that's kind of the same kind of information we want to give you before going into Marvel Studios' What If. Again, I know there's the trailers, there's the featurettes, and there's the many comic books that are out there, which probably many of you haven't even read yet. This here, what we're going to do is just give you a little breakdown and simplify kind of what you've seen already throughout the MCU, and then bring in a bit of the comic book elements. Before we get into that, just talking about comic books, Bill McKay was on our show in a previous episode, and I definitely think you should check it out. I mean, having that artist on our show was just crazy. I'm still starstruck. I can't believe we had him on our show. We saw the crazy covers that are coming up for his upcoming Kickstarter. I mean, yeah, definitely a must watch. And if you're new to the show or new to our channel, basically Pun Fun is all about, well, checking out anything comic related, but also giving independent artists a place to kind of promote and show their art. So we've had Che, we've had Tunes, and we've had Bill McKay. We're gonna have so many more that have confirmed, and we can't wait to show who they are. And yeah, they go from newcomers all the way to people that are established. It's just a platform for these people to basically shine. So we highly suggest you hit that bell and also that subscribe button. So this way you stay on top, especially if you're here for one or the other. So now let's get back into What If. So in the in the opening, you see this bald-headed dude with the shining eyes. You're like, hey, why is what's him all about? What is he doing? Why is he just a narrator? I mean, to some extent, I guess in this show he will be. What is his purpose? Well, he is the Watcher. So we'll be watching the Watcher who watches basically the MCU. He cannot interfere. He can only watch and observe and take note and absorb that knowledge. However, R1 Muwatu, that's his name, don't wear it out, basically breaks that rule. He comes and he warns our heroes about certain evil that comes about and pays the ultimate price. Will this happen in this case? I don't think so. Maybe towards the end, we'll get into the theory part, but now let's just focus on the Watcher and the importance of him, basically. So the Watcher, he's an ancient. Well, he's one of the oldest species, in existence, and that's like I said, he watches. So, and not in the voyeur kind of way. It's more like Santa Claus. He watches if you're naughty or nice, and if you're naughty, well, he doesn't really does anything, but he's like, I know you're naughty. But yeah. And in this case, he surveils basically Earth and its solar system. So he doesn't watches every single thing in every dimension and every possible multiverse. So which brings us to question which universe are we going to watch, or which universe are we going to see, which dimension we're going to see. So we've seen two so far. We've seen our regular 199999, which is the MCU. We've also seen the one that was pretty much parallel to it in the Loki series. Now we're going to see one where, Gamora is in the Thanos attire. We're going to have also kind of Star-Lord, but be T'Challa, which I think is just crazy. It's going to be fun. And again, these what ifs is not like, oh, what if Thor got a perm? It's going to be, well, I mean, he kind of does. But, I mean, it's going to be choices that they've made. So, for example, when Odin banned Thor to Earth, he could have, be a frat boy and just basically drink whatever and go into party mode. And that's what happens in this case. This Thor that we're going to see is party mode. And it's not like the depressive version of himself who's online in the basement, well, not basement, but just gaming and all that. Which, again, is an okay lifestyle. But in this case, it's going to be party mode Thor. So how does he, deal? Is he serious? We're going to see what is he all about. what's great about this is that it's always going to be about where things diverge. So where exactly do they become a variant? So in the scene, for example, where Tony is in a Humvee and they're driving in the desert and, shit hits the fan, basically it should have been the 10 rings that, grab him and held him hostage. And in this case, it's Killmonger. But again, I don't think Killmonger is there to help him. I think the same way that Killmonger wanted to acquire weapons via Wakanda, I think now he's just teaming up or trying to convince Tony that he should, he's basically used Stark Industries instead of Wakanda, weaponry. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's the series. I think that's the little twist that they're trying to make. Unless they describe it from the get-go. And I mean, we're also going to get a different version of Tony as well. Tony doesn't get, that whole building back his arc within the, the caves of wherever, and getting that moment of, realization that there are bigger evils than what he expects, than little, muggers and so on. Anyways, going in also, we also get to see Doctor Strange, and in this case, he's like, blazing this crazy, power exuding from his hands, but we also see the black cerns around his eyes, and it's kind of really dark what he looks, a little emo-ish, if you will. And he's definitely under the influence of Dormammu, or at least getting the powers from Dormammu. So this is where his diversion is. He's had basically the same story for the most part, but when it came to choosing the righteous path or Dormammu, he basically chose Dormammu. Will he use that to his favor to help, or basically be against? And we also see Scarlet Witch, and we see the Avengers, or Spider-Man, and we also see Gamora fighting Scarlet Witch. Like, I think this is going to be a foreshadowing of what's to come. So you're going to have this Scarlet Witch having a battle, but who's to say that isn't a Scarlet Witch that, in the real life action thing is also the same, or a version of her is sent the same way she had her and her version, learning. What is not to say this is a version of Wanda that is sent to this, dimension to find whatever it is she's looking for, her two sons, I guess, in this case, or to help maybe Kang, or to find Mephisto. Anyways, no, we're not going down that rabbit hole. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And this is what you guys need to take back, is that this series, I mean, the What If is, for the most part, is going to be a lot different from the other series, where we can go ahead into a book or a comic book right away and say, hey, this is where it's from and this is where it's going. They're just taking elements and then mishmashing it into this new universe. So all those, fanboys who are claiming, oh yeah, this is this and this is that, I mean, to some degree you'll know, but you won't be able to call it as we previously were able to do. I mean, for the Marvel zombies, for example, I think it's going to be crazy. I know we've seen it in Spider-Man, where Iron Man pops out of the grave. That, I mean, is insane. And we're also going to get the zombies again. Is that the evil that we're trying to fight? Is that maybe awakened by Scarlet Witch? Anyways, there's so much that can be done. There's so much storylines that they're going to go through, and I'm definitely excited, and I hope you are too. I'm not sure to what extent this helped or clarified anything going forward. But again, we'll be watching these episodes with you, giving you the down low on what changed, what is needed to know, and how does this tie into the MCU, and what is the importance of what you just saw. So, anyways, once again, if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to hit a like, hit that subscribe button, as we said. We can't wait to show you who else we have upcoming for the show. We definitely still have to review the Black Widow show, the movie. And yeah, I mean, it's just going to be insane. I mean, The Watcher, again, he came out in Fantastic Four issue 13. And it's just been crazy. I mean, they've really expanded the celestial world on that note, and that's kind of what they're doing now. I mean, we've seen Guardians, but that was more the galactic side, but this is more the celestial side. So, the Celestials, and we have also the Eternals coming up. We're going to get to know more the back end of the Ancient Ones. So, yeah, it's going to be a roller coaster for sure, and I'm hoping you guys are sticking around with us to check it out. Also, episode 25 is coming up. We have something special for you. Can't wait to show you guys what it is. Anyways, it's been fun. This is what you needed to know before the show. Check Check it out, guys. Peace.